A startup is a new company that has just started its own business. The founders usually have come up with an idea of a new service, a new product, and then they have to find investors who are willing to finance their business plan. The most famous recent examples are Facebook and Twitter.
The goal of tonight's event was to ask a simple question. What is the room for people who are trained in the humanities in the startup environment? Which I mean people who are critical thinkers, cultural observers who entertain aesthetic considerations and ethical issues. That's why we entitled this roundtable tonight, Not Just for Techies. And we are discovering that indeed there is room, but it was interesting to learn from our guests what kind of interaction we can have between the humanities, the world of entrepreneurship and high tech, and the kind of new forms of integration that we can actually develop after a conversation like tonight's. The occasion to talk about all these topics is the publication of a book entitled Tech and the City.
The idea of the book Tech and the City came from real technology boom that was going on in New York City, and not even New Yorkers were aware of it.
The book can be useful to a student who's about to graduate and wants to start a new company in many different ways. The book gives a number of stories about entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs in New York, and how they've developed their own companies. So it's useful for somebody who wants to start a company in New York, but it also can be useful for people that want to start companies elsewhere, because it provides you a lot of inspirational material, if you will, on how folks have started companies and what they had to go through.
In the days when Audible started, we did not want to fail fast. We wanted to succeed. We did not want to fail at all. These days, the style is more try something out. If it doesn't work, then you pivot, and you gradually, through iteration, you adjust your product and your strategy and your message and your value proposition to figure out what the answer is. And so I think that to be successful, you need to be in the world, and you need to be observant, and you need to be thinking about what's going on. And you need to think about what are the problems that you have, or what are the problems that your friends have, or what are the problems that your parents have, and come up with solutions to those.
Well, I decided to move my company, HyperTV, to New York almost immediately when I started the company, because in the actual world of tech startup, you must think of a new initiative to be international. The biggest challenge in moving HyperTV to New York was to rebuild from scratch a completely new network of relationships.
The goal for this evening is twofold. This program, put on jointly between the Italian Studies Department and the Feliciano Center for Entrepreneurship, is collaboration across campus. Collaboration and entrepreneurship is something that's very valuable, because we find entrepreneurs everywhere, not just in, let's say, the science or the math or the computer area, but we find entrepreneurs in every discipline on campus. So tonight's event demonstrates that between the languages and entrepreneurship, we can create a really robust program. And we have so many people here tonight. We're building new relationships. These are people who are coming to this event from all these different places, and they're becoming a part of our ecosystem.
Got an idea, now I need a strong team. Gotta find folks who can share in my dream. Tireless partners who won't run out of steam. It's harder than it may seem.